Good evening, everybody. Welcome to season 2, episode 11 of the Small Talk podcast with co hosts Marlene Sharp and Chris Pomay, a monthly entertainment talk show. And glad to be back after a little bit of a hiatus since November. I hope everyone's doing well on this Friday, December 20th, 2024. We're less than a week away from Christmas, and I'd like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and I'm going to bring on our co-host, Marlene Sharp, for episode 11, and excited to have Marlene back on with us, and our special guest tonight from the great state of Michigan. Hello, Marlene. How are you doing? Okay, Marlene, I can see you, but
Oh
issues.
no! Whoops!
Okay,
That was
it's
my
okay.
best opening yet, and I screwed it up. Oh well. Getting off
Hey,
on a comic note, and that's why we're here to welcome comedy in all its forms, intended or not.
absolutely, and at least it wasn't like me who had my guest muted for 8 minutes on Tuesday before I fixed it. So, hey, things happen. I want to say thank you for coming on here today, Marlene. And what are your thoughts on Christmas coming up next week?
It's coming. It's coming, whether we wanted to or not. Can't stop it. And today seems like the big push between the before times and the in the middle of it times. So yeah, getting a lot of work done today and just looking ahead to the new year, I guess.
What's the weather like in LA right now?
It's beautiful. We are so fortunate. It's very mild and about 80 degrees, I think, 70s. It's the weather that we all signed up for when we moved here from other places. What about yourself? In
Right now, -6 with wind chill -10, and we're getting a little bit of snow, like not a lot, but enough to make it feel like Christmas. Because to me, Christmas is
Oh,
cold and snow. I'm traditional for Christmas.
okay, that's nice. I'm not. I'm untraditional. I prefer it warm all year round. But
Well,
I have a healthy appreciation for those who can stand the cold, such as yourself. So
hey,
kudos.
my guest yesterday, her name is Jenny Loren, a musician from BC. She was telling me the temperature out in northern BC on the west coast was -22 Celsius yesterday. I'm like, so that is freaking cold. So
Wow.
minus 3 is really only like in the teens. That's nothing. -22 is like, yeah, that's serious cold. So,
Yeah, that's intense. Well, better her than me and better you than me. So it's
well,
nice that we're happy with our situations. It's
well,
it's good to
well,
be grateful.
and it's a trade-off too. You guys get your earthquakes and floods and fires, and we get our freezing rain and our snow and extreme cold temperatures. So every one of us in the world has to deal with something weather-wise.
Yes, it is true.
So,
There's no
but
escaping the weather.
hey, how's Blanche? Before we get to our guest, is Blanche with you?
She's right here. She was gearing up to really pull out all the stops during the show. And then all of a sudden, I think she spent all of her energy before the camera went on and now she's asleep. So maybe it'll be a relatively quiet show. I don't know. We'll see. But thanks for
Okay.
asking. She likes to be acknowledged.
Absolutely. And I'd like to acknowledge our special guest tonight coming on short notice. And I've had her on my other show a month ago, and we're going to bring her on right now. Her name is Cameron Kay. She's an upcoming, very talented stand up comedian out of the great state of Michigan. And she's also a huge sports fan besides being a comedian. And we're going to bring Cameron Kay on. Spam Like Cam is her social media handle.
Oh boy.
Hi, Chris. Hi,
Hi,
Marlene.
Cameron.
Thank you
How
for
are you?
having me.
Hi.
Good,
Nice
good,
to meet
good. How
you,
are
Cameron.
yourselves? Good.
Welcome.
Nice to meet you as well.
Thank you for coming on. And I see you have your Detroit Lions Christmas sweater on.
Of course, of course. Gotta represent all.
Oh, look at that.
Right, it's not a normal sweater. We got
It's
Very
nice.
nice. And your
it's
hair
made
looks
with grit.
by the way.
Thank you. It is it's slowly gonna fall just over to the side of off the
Oh,
side of my head, but
it looks like wedding hair. It looks like you went to the stylist just for us.
we'll go with that then. Right, very intentional. Thank you.
Nobody mentions my hair. Nobody ever mentions.
Stunning as usual,
Right.
Chris.
I like
Yes.
the swoop that you have. Oh,
It's very
I still have
natural.
hair. Yes, I still have some hair, but I'm a hat guy too. So how's the weather your way, Cameron? In Michigan right now. You're home in Michigan right now, right?
Yes, today was a very sticky day for us. We've got a couple inches on the ground, so it's great. I've got a ski and snowboarding hill 5 minutes away from where I'm staying right now, so it's great. I've been out on the mountain a couple times, but today was one of those days. Hopefully it's powder tomorrow. Fingers crossed.
Marlene, are you a skier?
No, I'm not very outdoorsy at all, but I admire people who are. That's about all I can say. Never been skiing, although I have been in snow. Not have never lived in a snowy environment, but I have visited, and it's lovely to look at. So
Very lovely to look
hooray!
at. It really
I like
It's
to look
cold.
at it from afar.
Yeah, no, it's nice from inside the lodge sometimes, just seeing it come down. But this is definitely the longest I've gone without hurting myself. Every other previous attempt has ended with rolled ankles, broken wrist, ripped out belly buttons. Oof,
What? Oh my!
that one was a rough one. Belly button piercing, but
Oh, but still,
you fall
that
and you slide. Yeah.
that seems like it would dull the shine a bit of the whole
I took a
skiing
couple years off.
experience.
Definitely
Okay,
took a couple
okay.
years off, just being like, I don't think I'm built for it, but now I live so close, it felt like a waste, so I'm back on there. And I definitely also am much more cautious now. So I've learned my lesson. Hopefully, I won't get my belly button pierced again. Like, all right, fine. At least not at the same time.
This this does sound like good fodder for your comedy, though. This sounds like it could be the makings of at least one bit.
There is comedy in all the trauma that I have. I don't know about the belly button one. Probably might be too gross. Still, I'm sure I gotta tweak it and make it, less gory.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I think that could be hilarious. I think that there's comedy to be mined from a belly button snafu like that for sure.
You gotta, or else it was for nothing. If I can't make a bit of it, what was it all for? That's been the
Exactly.
motto.
That is my motto too. I'm a former stand-up as well. I mean, I guess I'm sort of a current stand-up.
Are
You
you
never
ever
really grow
a
out of it.
former? Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah, I was
If
just
someone
born
needs
this
you to
way,
grab a
as
mic
I'm sure
right now,
yeah.
tomorrow, you have to do 5 minutes. Can you do it?
I could maybe resurrect something from the late 2000s and dust it off and polish a little lump of coal for modern
Drop one
day.
more
Yeah, I'm
relation
sure.
right to the modern day and pull it back. It's fun. You never grow out of it, right? I hope. Fingers crossed.
Yeah,
I'm only doing it for a year.
it's a coping skill too. Like like you said, when something tragic happens, if you can process it as this could be a bit, here's my setup, here's the act out, and then just ready for a few practice runs, and then I can just kill with this. That I find that a healthy way of coping.
It is. It's some people I think you've also seen the people take it too far and just trauma dump, at open mics and just go up there for 10 minutes and rant
Yes.
about their ex-wife and so but if you can make it funny, then that's just it. If you throw one line at the end, it is worth it. Truly. You just got to be able to truly see the humor in it. That's what makes
Yeah,
it
and
relatable.
it helps to take a class, I think. Did you take any classes?
No, I've done like online, just
Oh,
kind of researching myself, and I've been
oh,
I actually when my friend was trying to really he said he'd even get me in on a scholarship to get me into Mark Ridley's class, and that is one. But I have always found it. I work still in the PMs a lot as a bartender, so I always found it hard just to find the time and
yeah.
the money for it. but I will probably eventually, just for the networking of it and meeting other people, if anything else, if that's like all you pull out of it. It seems every single class that I've known just has such good friendships amongst themselves and people showing up to their shows because they, sat beside each other for a couple months.
And doing bartending, you see a lot of stuff that you can use for your comedy show as well. You see every walk of life in a bar.
Yeah, no, that really is it. Is you definitely get a feel for people fast too, and I think that that's as a bartender and relying on tips so much. It's like that was my first crowd is the couple in front of me, and trying to give them a good time while they're at the bar. So also just being able to read my crowd fast and like, are you guys a raunchy crowd? Do you want more upscale service? And I think that that has worked for me a couple times, just being able to read the room. A good skill. Comedians all should have it. You've seen it before. Some of them don't.
And it's cheaper
Yes.
than therapy. Hey, I was gonna, Marlene, just give me a second. I'm gonna put you guys both on the spot here. You guys can decide who wants to answer first. Since it is Christmas time, holiday season, I wanted to ask you both, what is your favorite Christmas song, food, movie, and drink?
Oh my gosh. Okay, I've got one. I've got one of them right off the head that came right to it for the very first time this season. I started making butterbeer from Harry Potter. I've like looked up the Pinterest recipe
Oh,
and like found out how to do it at home. And I've been having a Harry Potter marathon, so that might be like my new favorite. You could make it, add some rum or crown salted caramel to it and make it, butter alcoholic. But it's that's
wow.
definitely that's a new favorite for me. I'm hooked on it right now. But then we'll go back and forth.
Excellent.
What's your favorite movie?
Mine or Chris's? Chris, you should contribute to this conversation,
Also,
I think.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You should.
You're putting me on the spot. I would say I have two. Tie for first. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation from 1989
mm,
and Home Alone 1 and 2. Home Alone 2 was good. Home Alone 3, 4, and 5 were terrible. But I would say Christmas Vacation and Home Alone 1, I guess, would be my two favorite Christmas movies.
Oh,
great choices.
classic. All
Classic.
classics. Yep.
Nobody can hate a National Lampoon. That's a crowd pleaser for sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, most definitely.
Marlene, your favorite food?
My favorite food. Well, I love pumpkin pie so much that I would love it to be year round. And to me, Christmas season is still pumpkin pie season. And when I say pumpkin
True.
pie, I mean pumpkin latte, pumpkin sweet potatoes, pumpkin, anything that you could flavor with a little pumpkin spice or something like that. That's my favorite.
Good choice once again. Good choices once again. I'll say
And
that
from
my favorite. Oh, no, go for it.
no, go ahead.
My
No,
favorite
go ahead.
movie. I did think of that one. My family used to participate in the nonstop the Christmas Story that was just on a loop on Christmas Day. Whenever we would get together, that
Oh,
would just be always in the background playing nonstop for many years. So that one is always that's ingrained to be the Christmas movie. As soon as you mentioned some of them, I was like, how could I forget?
oh
My
no, can you guys see we have a pumpkin hater. We have a pumpkin hater who's just our first caller, our first responder is a pumpkin hater. No.
He's
Pumpkin
also
pie.
he's also a TV
I'm
star
so,
here on local TV. His name is Giovanni. He's on Rogers TV. He's a friend of mine, and he's a good guy. He's hilarious as well. I'm gonna be honest. I used to hate pumpkin pie as a kid, but now I'm an old man. I love pumpkin pie, but you have to have whipped cream with pumpkin pie.
Mm,
isn't
very
it
true.
funny how
Mostly.
your tastes change as you grow older. Your taste can mature, and things that you hated as a kid could suddenly be appealing. Although pumpkin pie has always been a staple for me, I love it year round and forever. But that's okay. We're all entitled to our opinions here. We're not going to foist our beliefs on anyone. So if you want to go ahead and hate pumpkin pie, Giovanni, go
Not
ahead. But you might
American,
want to
right?
take a second You might want to take. Well, you know what? He's Canadian, I think, Cameron.
Yes,
Well, that's
he is.
why.
So he's not
Yeah,
even
that's
American.
why.
He's
Yeah,
Canadian.
right.
He's
Oh,
Canadian.
what's
This
maple
is
syrup
why.
pie? Yeah, right. I bet you like moose pie. Whatever. Leave the pumpkin to us.
Moose pie.
Hey, you know what? He's watching this show. He might even have you guys as guests on his show. He has his own
I take
talk
it
show.
Oh,
all
okay.
back.
All right. So
I like
okay, so
whatever
we'll be
pie you
nice.
like. Yeah. Whatever pie. I like your pie. That's my favorite too. You're right. Pumpkin. Ugh.
And I like blueberry pie and fruitcake. Christmas fruitcake.
Fruitcake.
There's
Fruitcake, I
one-
feel it's got to be extra. Like I have to smell the the nostrils burning when you inhale it without the alcohol. It's the only way it's good. Thank you, Giovanni. Ray, I hope
Not
I'm
a
in
fan
good
of
graces.
fruitcake,
Sorry.
but
How about tarts?
that's
How about
okay.
how about tarts for Christmas? Brownies, fudge.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, I
see,
love brownies and
yeah.
fudge.
My mom
Anything
makes the
chocolate
best fudge
or
in
like
North
chocolate
America.
hazelnut.
Chocolate,
Really?
almost just about anything.
Dark or milk chocolate.
What is her secret,
Yes.
Chris?
I have the recipe, but
What does your mom
her.
do to make it so special?
Well, I'll have to one day get you guys some of it because it is world famous fudge. I can't eat
Okay.
chocolate anymore. I haven't had chocolate in 7 years. But if I could get chocolate again, her homemade
Oh, no.
fudge is to die for. It's that good.
I can eat 7 years of chocolate to make up for it if you'd like. If you want to quote me that
Okay.
recipe, I will
And
fill that void.
Same
And
here.
now I can ship it out to you guys because our Canada Post mailmen were on strike for 5 weeks. So now I can actually ship stuff out again.
Oh,
'em oats.
fantastic.
Ship 'em
Sorry to hear
over
about the
and over.
strike, though.
Yes, it was. Yeah, they didn't resolve it. The federal government told them they were essential service and told them to get back to work. So they still don't have a contract. So, and now Amazon might be going on strike too.
They were going on strike and once again broken up by the police. And a truck driver that was refusing to join the route was actually arrested, which leads to a whole other skew of problems. But Merry Christmas, everybody! Happy holidays! We gotta get that Amazon Prime by tomorrow, right?
Yeah. It's definitely something that is essential during the holiday season. So they picked a good time for a strike, at least to get people to pay attention.
I mean, yeah, there's the climate right now is definitely high risen, and I think there's a lot of attention kind of already pointed at it. So this is definitely could be a great time. We should have had a mom and pop Christmas, and really focusing on that and just making sure because they all are right. They all have reasons to strike, in my opinion. Sorry, I was like, I don't know how we're gonna get onto this on the sports radio Christmas show, but it's just we could help, support by spending your dollar at the local places, and that's a Merry Christmas to everybody, really truly when we do that.
Since
Yeah.
since we're talking about small businesses, I actually want to talk about two of my sponsors on my other show, and I just want to give them a quick shout out: Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership and Wellington Brewery, the official beer sponsor of Live with CDP. So I want to give them shout outs. Barry Cullen Chevrolet has been around since 1969 here in Guelph, family run and operated, and Wellington Brewery is going on its 40th year as a local independent brewery, and I get a monthly beer supply as well. So if you guys like me, I get free beer every month.
Man, Brave, if you're sending me beer and fudge, yeah, I
Wow.
like you. You got
Yeah,
the hookup. That's
I had no idea this show was so profitable. Perhaps we could share the wealth in some way, at least with co-hosts. But I don't
Deal.
think you can ship. I don't think you can ship beer internationally. I don't think so.
right.
No,
not
I don't think
legally.
that's a good.
And I'm not
that's
a beer
good question.
drinker.
No, wine, red or white.
I'm not really an alcohol drinker, but I love Martinelli's sparkling cider. So if you have any of that, I will take some.
And what about you, Cameron?
Yeah, anything really. Right now, I've got just Costco knockoff sparkling water that I'm really really into. In the season, I just recently brought out the kettle again and switched to tea. But whatever is warm right now. Oh, the butter beer. Once again, actually, I'll go back to
Butterbeer.
that. How could I forget?
Butterbeer.
That's all season. Catch me with the butter beer.
And
You can do
I'm
it cold or warm. It works all year
and,
round. Sorry.
and I'm working on next year. I'm going to work on Wellington Brewery about getting a beer named after me. Live with CDP beer.
Oh,
You could write CDP and
Fingers
make it
crossed.
stand for
that's
something with the
awesome.
beer.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Or the Small Talk podcast beer.
Ooh.
Woo.
Now I have a
See,
craving for a beer.
Oh, and look, but hold everything. We have a pumpkin lover who's trying to get a message through. This is a very important
Riley.
statement. Pumpkin pie is the only correct choice in terms of pies. Yes.
I know Riley personally, and I know for a fact that his favorite is cream pies, but we can move on. And
Coconut cream pie or banana cream pie?
Banana.
Banana. Ooh. I like coconut too.
Also delicious. Yep.
And we get another. Devani's back. Nice. Well, keep the comments, everybody. Keep the comments coming in here.
Keep them coming.
Yes, please.
Yeah, Cameron.
My peanut gallery didn't show up today. I'm sorry. I put the word out too late. So
Riley is actually in the house with me right now, and I could hear them laughing from all the way down the hall. The call is coming from within the
Blanche,
house.
you have to get on in the other room.
That is
Don't worry.
That's a good way to do it.
Are you a dog person too, Cameron?
Yes, I currently have 4 dogs in the house with me. Riley brought his 2 dogs, the previous commenter, and then there's 2 dogs here. So we've got 4 dogs.
What breeds?
You've got the Bernices. I'm probably saying it wrong. Is that it? It's not Bernices.
Oh, the mountain dogs, the big.
Yeah,
Saint Bernards.
Those big.
No,
Oh,
Bernards are
love
different though.
them.
It's oh man, I was like, I feel like they're yelling it, but and then we've got none of them are my dogs. I just live here, you know.
Well, all dogs are beautiful, so I'm sure they're just adorable.
Dogs,
all of them,
foods 2, and sports number 3. By the way, ladies, since we're talking about dogs, I do volunteer work with the local Humane Society, and I'm selling 2025 Cambridge Humane Society calendars for $10 only, and the money goes to the shelter. So if you guys are looking for a calendar for 2025, just please let me know, and I'd be happy to send you guys one in the mail.
That might actually be the perfect little stocking thing I need for everybody else. I love giving a gift that has a little bit of charity with it, right? You can give them and be like, also, right, even if you don't like it, you can't hate it because it's supporting a good cause. So if you don't like your gift, you're a bigot. Like, it works, you know?
Speaking of gifts, what are you guys getting me for Christmas?
This is it.
I'm gonna
right here.
Hopefully, a Lions win is what I hope to deliver to you. Right? Maybe a little post Christmas, but that's gonna be a belated Christmas gift come February when we have to unfortunately beat the Eagles. I'm so sorry.
Marlene's not a big sports fan, but she does have an NFL jacket from the Cleveland Browns.
I do. I could have worn that today, but I didn't. But I am wearing something noteworthy. It's this cool shirt that I got last weekend from a very special performance of It's a Wonderful Life, a staged reading of the script that I went to in Hollywood. And it had an all-star cast, and it was a benefit for an autism nonprofit called the Ed Asner Family Center. And we got nice gift bags and everything, and this shirt was part of it. So, but yes, I do also have a Cleveland Browns jacket. That was a gift.
That is a very cool shirt as well.
Thank you.
That was a good, movie. I like that color. It's teal, right?
An homage to Kool-Aid on it.
And that's teal,
yeah,
right?
It's a really pretty color. I guess you could say it's teal-ish. Teal adjacent.
Teal's going to be my new official color for my new shirts. Teal. I like teal.
It's a
Great
good
color.
Oh,
It is.
it is a good color. Yeah. Or turquoise. I love turquoise jewelry. Not wearing any today, but I like it. Yeah.
Who is this guy? Go Browns.
Go
All right, right. I
Browns.
gave you the first one was a give on the pumpkin pie. I was trying to be nice, but you can't come in with two crappy opinions back to back, Giovanni. Come on.
Go Browns. Oh, fly Eagles
But
fly. Go ahead,
but
Marlene.
Cameron, if you saw this jacket that I have, it's spectacular. You would understand how it could convert a person into a Browns lover. I have no idea what I'm wearing when I'm wearing it because I don't know anything about the Browns except that my friend's company made this jacket and it's really nice. So that's what
I
I
love
can
a
tell
good
you.
jacket at the end of the day, right?
And she wears it in Ram
Yes.
and Chargers territory too.
Ooh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
rough
I've
wearing
never
it out in Cal.
No, but you know what? I've made a lot of friends with it though. I think they're secret Browns fans because people always ask me about it and in a friendly way. You know who tried to get it from me is do you know the comedian Chris Rock? Well, his brother Tony Rock wanted the jacket something awful and I put him in touch with my friend whose company makes the jacket. And unfortunately, it was a limited edition. So the jacket I have is actually his. Kumar Aurora is his name. His company is called Ilthy. And so he doesn't have any more of those jackets. But oh my gosh, Tony Rock could not say enough nice things about this jacket. And I was at the Laugh Factory when I saw him. So that was nice. It was crowded. He wasn't afraid to like my Browns jacket. So anyway, but I noted. I'll be careful where I show it off.
Just
in
because
case.
Chris Rock's brother, right? So that's
Tony
the one that you would
Rock,
have
yes.
grown up watching if you watched Everybody Hates Chris, right? He's like the kid featured in that. Oh, I love that show. I'm still watching
Tony
it right
Rock,
now.
yeah. Chris Rock has a lot of siblings. I think there are like 5 or 6 kids in the family, but Tony, yes, is a rather famous one. And
he only
I met him.
Two
He
of them to the
performed.
TV show. It's funny. He left some of them out for TV.
Yes, he did. But I could understand probably budget concerns. Think of all those people's salaries. It could have gotten expensive.
Too many storylines and hard to keep up with, right?
Yeah, a lot
Makes
of
them more lovable
storylines.
if you're just able to use the same sister always and the same brother. Give them more screen
Right.
time.
And we got some more comments. CJ, no one likes the Browns.
No one likes the Browns. Okay, you know
And-
what? I think I need to go get the jacket and put it on so that everybody can see what it looks like. Okay.
Okay.
Put the team aside and just admire it for the artfulness. I'll be right back.
Okay. We'll call time out and we'll keep it going.
We're doing
it. Hey, Cameron, you're still good for a little more time?
Yeah, I was like, I got my jacket right there. I don't have to go to.
Okay. But I want to say thank you for coming on. Giovanni, again, who's a friend of mine and has his own local TV show. He just says you're wearing a jacket that tells people that you have more than hopes and sparks. But Giovanni doesn't have a mean bone in his body. And then Giovanni's, hey, these comments, I'm trying to keep up with them. And then Riley, your friend Riley, I'm sure this jacket's going to look terrible.
No,
Marlene,
look!
Sick. No, it does look
Ta-da.
good.
That is
ta-da! It's a satin jacket, just like the pink ladies had in Greece, but except it's brown. And you hardly ever see a brown jacket. And it's got all these little doodads on it.
The logo,
like
the logo, yes.
This.
That
I don't even know what 46 is.
That's when they came to Cleveland. That's
when the French started. That's a long time ago. This is historical.
I wasn't even around in 1946.
I know. I didn't even think they had football back then. I mean, like maybe ancient football, but not like what we know it as now, like the NFL and all the halftime shows and stuff. Oh, and I've awakened the beast here with all this to do over the jacket. So you're all warned. There's going to be some barking.
We've turned this into a sports show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I love to support my jacket, and my
And
friend
The
today,
whose
jacket is very
company
good.
makes. But and you know what? To his credit, his company is actually in Cleveland, and they specialize in making all this Cleveland stuff to honor the hometown and all that. But also, he loves different kinds of fandoms. And so they did a collab recently with Transformers. And right now, there's a collab going on with Sonic the Hedgehog in honor of the movie that opens today. So there you
Oh, that
go.
is
Some fun
today.
facts.
hey, since you just mentioned the movie, what are your thoughts on both of you guys on the new Superman movie coming out? I guess summer of 2025.
I just saw the trailer for it today. I was really, really so excited about the dog, Super Dog Crypto. I
That's the
really gonna
first
have a
time
bunch.
they've ever
We're
had the
going back.
dog.
Yeah,
That's the first time they've had his dog in any of the Superman movies.
I'm really
It's about
that's
freaking time.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, that's what I was most excited about when I saw it.
Did Blanche audition for Crypto?
No, she missed
No.
it. I'm so don't say that too loud because it's a very sensitive subject around here. Blanche has been waiting for years to get her big break, and it hasn't happened yet, but we're still hopeful. But
And we
no,
get
she didn't
another.
even audition for Crypto.
We
Although
don't
she
even
does
need.
play she plays trouser roles. She does play roles that are meant for, male dogs or female dogs. She plays Bichons as well as poodles. She's a Bichon poodle mix, but she will identify as either if the
Very
opportunity is there.
versatile.
But
Very versatile.
yes, very versatile and very accepting of all sorts of things when it comes to her career. Not so much when we're walking around the neighborhood. She's she puts on a brave public face, but one on one she hates a lot of things.
And your
It's
friend Riley
okay.
with another comment.
We
They
shouldn't
should have
even read it out loud.
they
It
should have
feels so
buried that
rude.
jacket in 46. It's
Oh,
all
Riley, I'm so sorry you feel that way. You know
It's
it's
a
what?
nice jacket.
Maybe if you had a nice jacket sent to you, you might change your mind. A
we're
free
gonna
Man wears
send
jacket?
Crocs in the middle of the winter. He's got no room to talk about anything. He wore
we're,
Crocs over here right now through the inches of snow. Don't let him get you down.
we'll send Riley a Philadelphia Eagles jacket.
Mm.
He can support my team. I honestly, Marlene, I really like that jacket. I think it's cool, and your friend did a great job on it. And I'm sure
Yes.
they'll do one for the Detroit Lions.
They do other teams too. They make other it's ilthy.com. ILTHY.com is the name of the company. And they have other kinds of collabs, but they do specialize in things related to Ohio and Cleveland, and also like celebrities and sports figures who come from there. Like they've done a lot of LeBron James type
Yes.
of collabs and homages to him. And then also Machine Gun Kelly. See, I told you there would be barking. This jacket issue is really working her up into a lather. So
he's such a hater. Can we just turn this guy off?
I assume he likes the Grinch. I'm assuming Riley's a big fan of the Grinch.
Yeah, I think he actually. There we go. There we go.
I'm
Browns
kidding. I like the jacket. The Browns and Lions fans have a lot in common.
We do, right? We've been through a lot. It's not fair. We can't just turn a cheek those last 2 years and then be mean to the people that have gone through the same hardships we've gone through. That's fair. That's fair.
We softened that Riley right up. He has a heart of gold underneath
I'm
it all.
not going to go that far.
Thank you, Riley.
No, he still wore Crocs in the winter. That's,
Are
we
you
don't have
serious?
to forget that. I was not kidding. He really wore Crocs over here.
Wow.
Their jacket's so whack.
Is that the latest term now? Whack?
Whack.
I know dope was in dope, and now it's whack. That's the
Dope
latest.
and whack. Dope,
Yeah.
whack.
Whack
Yeah.
is actually very old. It's old, but it's back. Whack is back.
Crocs
It's
in
back
store.
from the 80s, I think.
I remember the 80s very well. That was a great decade. Hey, Marlene,
I'm sure it was.
while we still got more time here, would you like to do the honor of asking our guest Cameron the first question of the show?
Oh, we haven't been asking questions? Yikes. Okay. Well, I am very
Small talk.
curious, Cameron, how and why. What? What?
No, we were
Oh,
just we
you
were.
froze, Chris.
Oh, I froze. Okay, I was saying we were just having a lot of great small
Well,
talk here, but okay.
that's what we're famous for. So, okay. But I do
Absolutely.
have a question. It's a two-part question for Cameron. And it is, Cameron, how and why did you get into stand-up comedy?
I feel like I've always been told that I should do stand up. I've been writing for a lot longer than I ever went to my first open mic, but there was one just down the street from me, so I decided to pop in. I met Nobody was there basically besides comedians, and I was able just to get so much information and so much kindness and community like right off the bat that I went to like 6 open mics like back to back to back that whole week, just trying to go as much as I could around the state and meet as many people as I could, and it's just been so cool, like, having I feel like friends again, like, which sounds really lame, but, like, having a hobby and a community that is almost not even just friends again, but, like, back to, like, playing sports, like, back in high school, where like, really just people that I could depend on and support on, like, that I have the same interests of me or just are going through the same thing as me, and it's been addicting for sure.
That's nice. That's wonderful. Congrats.
Thank you, thank you. What about you? What got you into it?
Putting you on the hot seat, Marlene.
It was my Yeah, it was my friend Jerry Katzman. He got me into it because I've always been a comedic person and then a comedic actor. So I live in Los Angeles, and spoiler alert, I did come out here to be an actress and have done it here and there off and on through the years. But my friend Jerry is a legit comic, and he just worked on me with peer pressure for many years. And also he taught, I think he still does teach a stand-up comedy class. And so he just kept picking at me and poking me and saying, you should take my class. And so I did, and I loved it. And so for 2 years I was really active. I performed all over LA. But this is a tough town for a variety of reasons. And I discovered that my people, as far as people who enjoy my particular comic stylings, are more old people and people who are not drinking. So my best show was at a coffee shop adjacent to a retirement community in San Dimas, which is a bit of a drive from Los Angeles proper. And so that was my best show ever. But it was just not feasible for me to continue to go to San Dimas. You know, it takes forever to drive anywhere. And so I limit my comedy to mostly these types of things, podcasts. And then also I am producing a series of shows at the Laugh Factory these days for comedians who are and are adjacent to the neurodivergent community. So people with autism, people who are neurodivergent thinkers, which would include ADHD and autism and so forth. So through a couple of friends of mine, Rob Kuttner and Mike Rotman, and also through Autism and Entertainment, we forged a nice collaboration with the Laugh Factory. And so I've been doing that off stage. So
What a great cause.
there you go.
What a great question. And Cameron, I'm going to put you on the spot here. Any plans of a future Cameron K podcast show in the future?
If I had, maybe. I've gotten offers, you know, and it would be a whole lot of fun. I just really want a cool concept, and I've thrown around a lot of ideas, but just something outside. I don't think I'm interesting enough to listen to like every week. I would have to be doing something extra, or have some sort of niche, you know, theme throughout it. And I really haven't found that spark yet to get into it to that level and to to put in the effort that I know what it takes for you guys to do stuff like this, which is a lot, and to do it successfully, at least like you guys are doing. This is great, by the way. Once again, thank you for having me.
Well, hey, the guests and the co-hosts make a great show, and this is my 6th show in 7 nights with 6 different guests. So I've just been very lucky to get Marlene to come on aboard over a year ago, and so many great guests like yourself to come on your show. Like I said, I'm just a host. It's the guests that are the stars.
Thank you.
You're very modest, Chris. You do an amazing job.
I can be grumpy and moody at times because I'm a Cancer, but I think I try my best. I try to have good conversations, like we were at a coffee shop right now, or a sporting event, or at a concert or whatever. Just talk to people like you are having a natural conversation, and that's one of the first things I learned about doing this 5 years ago. Nobody wants to watch or listen to a script show. They want to hear natural, flowing conversations.
Or hear about heinous true crimes. That's the other thing that people want. So, Cameron, if you have crime going on near you, I highly recommend that you turn it into a podcast, because why not?
I mean, I'll start committing the murders if that's what it takes, whatever I have to do to get a successful podcast.
Yeah, just a jump start. Exactly.
Right, yeah, right. I've got inside information on these crimes, and they'll never see it coming. That's the niche. That's it. All right, next
you got
month,
one viewer right here.
Yeah, exactly. Catch me out next month, Killer Cameron, on her.
Hey, that's your new comedy name.
Yeah, Killer Cameron takes Kalamazoo.
Oh my God, that's the perfect title. That's so perfect.
See, but now if I start killing people in Kalamazoo, like, they have this. I've got to pick somewhere else. But if I pick Clinton Township, I'm gonna quit naming places right now while I'm ahead, but when you start seeing the murders pop up in some K or C adjacent town, just keep it to yourself, But listen in every Tuesday.
Marlene, have you ever been to the state of Michigan?
No, I never have.
I think you should visit Michigan one day.
It's beautiful.
I will make a note of that. Yes, I would love to. I'd love to travel everywhere and anywhere. It's just time and money. So, but if someone out there would like to sponsor my trip, I will definitely consider it seriously.
Got a couch? I can sponsor. If you don't mind a spare bedroom, I can sponsor a host spot.
I have family in Michigan that live in Taylor, Michigan, Allen Park, and Royal Oak, Michigan.
Okay, well, just first class seating on the plane. That's all we need, and then I'm off. Oh, and also transport for my little angel. She rides with me too. So but yeah, once those things are sponsored, you will see me in Michigan.
And Zach was saying we have a giant tagger. I'm assuming he's referring to that big Uniroyal tire on the I think it's the I-94 in Taylor, right?
Used to be a Ferris wheel. That's a big one. So he is referring to Michigan. We've got a lot more. I feel like that's the wildest thing to mention. Is the first thing that we have. It's
Michigan's also known as the Great Lakes state.
Right, we've got 80% of the world's fresh water, but sure, let's mention the giant tire first.
Well, that is a work of art, I'm sure. I'm sure the tire, someone put a lot of time and effort into that construction.
It used to be the hint that we were going to the drive-in growing up. Whenever we went to Fort Wayne Drive-In, we'd pass a big tire that would be like, all right, we're almost there, like off the highway. And every single time I see it, I still think about the drive-in, which is still open and operational. Very few in Michigan.
That's cool.
Right? Love it. And they still do the double features. 2 movies for the price of 1.
Really?
That's neat. I've never been to a drive-in either.
No, you never have?
Mm-mm.
They were popular here in Canada in the 70s and 80s, and they're actually coming back here again, too.
Well, that's amazing. That's great. I love those retro heritage type of attractions. And
oh shoot, he's so right.
I'll be on
my dad
for them. Oh,
I was like, we got a message from
You need to start your college football practice before 8 o'clock. Do you have another 5 minutes, Cam?
Right. I
have
can
another
do
five?
another. We can do another 5 minutes. I guess I gotta wrap this up pretty soon here.
Yeah. Thank you, Cam's dad,
No,
for
of course
keeping.
for keeping me on schedule. I did though. Right, it's just to see the finals. I forgot about that. That's so funny. Hey, at least we got some viewers though, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Whatever it
Absolutely.
takes.
Absolutely. Hey, Cam, before we let you go in a few minutes, can you just tell us about some of your latest performances and if you'd like to promote some of your upcoming live comedy performances in the new year?
Of course. I've just recently been given my first opportunity to headline. It's gonna be within the same week of my thank you, thank you. It's gonna be within the same week anniversary of the first year that I started doing stand up, which was February 2nd of last year. So it's gonna be January 30th at Punchline Comedy, one of only 9 Black-owned comedy clubs in the United States. I'm so stoked. I've got great openers. It's gonna be, like I said, my very first show where I'm doing it as, filming and headlining and having a big thing. And that's not even like the best thing I'm doing in 2025. Come March, I'll be opening for my very favorite WWE wrestler of all time, Mick Foley. I will be opening for him in Toledo on March 11th, and then Cleveland on March 12th, and hopefully on another third date that's to be determined. But I'm so excited. This year all of a sudden got really busy for me, and I am beyond blessed. But definitely January 30th at Punchline Comedy. It's not too far from Taylor, so you could come visit your family and come see it yourself, Chris. It's not too.
Definitely. And what I'm going to do is play your 1 minute clip that you sent me to showcase your work to Marlene. And then I'm going to let Marlene ask you the last question or two before we let you go so you can get your football college bracket in as well. And hopefully Ohio State goes down. I don't care who wins the national championship as long as it's not from Ohio State.
Agreed.
Okay, one
Agreed.
second. We're going to play this clip right now. And ladies, let me know if you guys can hear the audio. Hopefully we don't have any audio issues.
Wonderful organization, right? No kid ever has to pay. Wonderful. But real quick, does anybody know what St. Jude is actually the patron saint of? Look it up. It's lost causes. Like, it's not like the children are going to get old enough to know that, but like it feels wrong, That's not fair. I think that we should rename it, and I have the perfect patron saint in mind. Hear me out, right? Hear me out. St. John Cena Hospital. Okay. He is a Guinness World Record book holder for the most Make-A-Wishes granted. He has granted over 600 individual sick kids perhaps their last wish, but he's done it. He's in the Guinness World Record book. No one's even close to this man's record. Like, it's amazing, actually, the things he's done. I'm such a big WWE fan. Like, I wanted to get sick the whole time up until I turned 18. I was hoping, Like, it was my only chance. Every time I had a cough, I would walk into the doctor's office like, give me the news, I was hoping one time he's like a little bit solemn. I'd be like, bring him in, dun 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 dun. Come on, you can't see me? No? But we can see a lump on your left lung. It's inoperable. I'm so sorry.
Thank you so much, Cameron, for that. Thoughts on that? And that was at what, the Punchline lately?
That is where I will be performing on January 30th at Punchline Comedy in Southfield.
Marlene, I'm going to let you
Awesome.
ask our guest one or two more questions before we let her go.
Cameron, did you go to Catholic school?
No. Do I give off Catholic school vibes?
Well, you had a whole bit about St. Jude.
No, I found
as
that
a
out
graduate
at
of Catholic school. I found that very relatable. And in fact, my dog Blanche has a little St. Jude medal that she wears on her collar because I don't want her to get lost. But if she does, she's got St. Jude to bring her back home.
I don't mean that joke to be alienating,
go.
but I do know whoever goes to Catholic school, because I'll ask, does anybody know what St. Jude is a patron saint of? And people will yell it out, and I'll be like, yeah, all right. So you guys went to Catholic school, but for those of you, for those of us who didn't know, it is lost causes. That's a true thing.
And
it is, and a little Catholic girl learns that early in life from her parents who are constantly praying to St. Jude. Yeah,
By the way, Cam,
one of
you
my
have
favorite saints.
You have about 10 minutes left, but we'll get you well done before the college football bracket. And if you do win, you can thank Marlene and me for helping you win.
Thank you. Thank you.
And finally, where can our audience follow you on social media and the best way of contacting you? And can you just let Marlene know how you came up with the name Cam is like spam?
Spam like Cam was just something that when I was creating my Instagram in 8th grade or whatever it was like, what do I want? Spammy Cammy and all these other things. And somebody said it, and it was originally about, I think it was like at lunch and we had a can of Spam, and then I just went with it. There was too much pressure to try to change it when I was getting into comedy, and I was like, go with what you know. And I've got it printed on stickers, so I can never change it, unfortunately. I'm hoping to just get that sponsor deal with Spam at this point. That's the only hope that I have. And if anybody that wants to contact me for booking, I do
That was
have
a smart move.
Thank you. Really, really capitalizing on it. Please sponsor me, Spam, if you ever see this. But my email is CameronKBookings@gmail.com, as it just was there across the bottom, and that is open for whatever your comedy needs are.
And finally, who's your college pick to win the national championship before I let you go?
Oh, go Ducks.
Oregon Ducks.
Yeah, I know that's going to be really controversial. I'm going to have to go fight after that probably. And I hate it. I hate it that I said it. It didn't even feel right as it was leaving my mouth, but go Oregon Ducks.
Marlene, final
point,
thoughts?
right?
Final
Is
thoughts, my
LSU
friend?
playing in that? Is LSU playing in the finals, the tournament, whatever?
I don't think they are.
That's
Okay.
this, they're not really going to win it all this year. Maybe next year.
Oh, okay. That's my home state is Louisiana, and my dad and my brother will be sad that even though my brother is a Tulane graduate, which is LSU's rival, but that's about the only question I could contribute of any significance to this line of questioning right here. So there you go.
Hey, Cameron, I want to say on behalf of Marlene and myself, thank you so much for coming on here tonight. And we'll definitely have you back on our show again in the future. I just want to make sure you get your football college picks in, or I'm going to be known. I'll be known as the Grinch, but we're going to let you go. But thank you so much for coming on here. And Marlene and I want to wish you a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and Happy New Year, and continued success in your career. And you're welcome back here on any time.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. You guys have been wonderful. I look forward to working with you both again. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you celebrate, both if you don't, happy everything that you guys have. Thank you though so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Cameron, and we'll talk to you soon. Have a good night, Cameron, and have a good weekend, and go Chicago Bears on Sunday.
Oh.
All right, Marlene. Final thoughts on our last show for 2024. We just finished our 11th episode.
Yes. Happy New Year. Happy New Year and happy holidays. And wow, we made it to the end of the year with 11 episodes. That's pretty impressive.
And
I think. I know it's from somebody like you who has 500 plus shows under your belt. It might be a small win, but for me, I'm grateful for what we have accomplished together.
And I'm looking forward to doing a season 3 in the new year, and hopefully you'll come back for season 3. And hopefully I'd like to get a new opening video and a voiceover for a show as well.
Oh, well, let's talk because I have some thoughts.
Okay, and I want to say Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to you and your family and Blanche. And do you have any big plans for Christmas with your family and friends?
Not really. No, just basically working and catching up on stuff. What about you?
I'm going to be having my Christmas with my cousins on Sunday. and then my mom's gonna go over and see her daughter on Wednesday. So my mom's gonna have 2 Christmas dinners. I've already had one with my friends a couple weeks ago, and I'm gonna be seeing my aunt and uncle and my cousins in London, Ontario, not London, England, and we're gonna have our Christmas on Sunday, so that should be good as well.
Oh, nice. Well, enjoy.
Absolutely. But hey, Marlene, I'm going to let you go because Blanche probably wants to go for her walk, and make sure you give
Yep.
her treats because dogs are on a schedule. They know when it's time to go
Yes.
out for a walk, and they know when it's time to eat.
Oh, yes, they do. Yes. If not,
Absolutely.
there's hell to pay. So we don't want that.
And just quick final thoughts on our guest, Cameron Kay, tonight.
Oh, what a lovely young comic. And I can't wait to follow her career. She's got so much coming up ahead. And kudos to her for booking all those appearances. That is the most difficult part, I think, of being a comic, because you can generate material from your own life experiences, but just to get your foot in the door at those clubs and to headline, wow, that's amazing. So congrats, Cameron.
And hopefully, and she's on all social media platforms as well. And anybody out there, you can book Cameron for bookings and requests via Cameron K bookings@gmail.com. And Marlene, anyone out here watching our show that's wishing to follow you on social media, what's the best way for them to follow you on?
Look for me on LinkedIn. That's really where I shine, is LinkedIn. Although I am on all the other platforms as mostly as Marlene Sharp, sometimes some other things, but LinkedIn is really, I'm Marlene Sharp on LinkedIn, and I love to be employed, hence all the emphasis on LinkedIn. So look for me there.
Absolutely, and I want to say thank you to Cameron Kay for coming on short notice, yourself and Blanchy for coming on, and I want to say thank you to our audience watching this live streamed on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, X, LinkedIn, and also on our 14 audio major platforms. And eventually I'm going to join Blue Sky. Apparently, Blue Sky is the newest form of Twitter.
I've heard, yes.
So, all right. Well, I want to say thank you so much again, Marlene, for coming on. I've enjoyed doing season 2, 11 episodes with you, and continued success. And we will talk to you on social media. And give me a little bit of time tonight, and I will send you the video, the audio, and some clips of our show with Cameron Kay as well.
Yay. Sounds good. All right. Thanks, Chris.
Thanks,
Happy
Marlene.
holidays. All
You
right.
too.
Bye-bye.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Merry
Thank
Christmas.
you.
You too.
Bye. All right, guys, that wraps up season 2, episode 11 of the Small Talk podcast for the year 2024. I want to say thank you to Marlene Sharp, my co-host, for coming on here, and Cameron Kay, a stand-up comedian out of Michigan, terrific comedian as well. And I want to wish our audience a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays from the Small Talk podcast from Marlene Sharp and myself as well. Before we wrap up this show, guys, the next Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show, sponsored by Barry Cullen Chevrolet and Wellington Brewery here in Guelph, is going to be Monday, December 23rd at 7 p.m. Eastern with my special guest, Gina Michelle. She is the executive partner and president of her own company called Gina Michelle Consultant Group, where data and analytics is leveraged to network, brand, and improve business across the country. So I hope you guys can check out a pre-Christmas episode Monday, December 23rd at 7 p.m. Eastern with my special guest, Gina Michelle, as well. And also, I want to say thank you to my sponsors for Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show, Barry Cullen Chevrolet and Wellington Brewery here in Guelph. And also, guys, when the Small Talk podcast returns in January 2025, for our 3rd season with hopefully Marlene Sharp and myself. If you're out there and you own a business and you would like to come aboard our show, please DM me or Marlene Sharp as well. And before we wrap this show up, guys, as Christmas and holidays approach, please considering helping out your local food bank with a cash donation or food donations, because the food banks right now here in Canada or where you are across the world need help. Food banks, and if you're in the Gulf area, gulffoodbank.ca, and also the Salvation Army. That's another charitable organization I like to help out with. Whether you're in the States or in another country, check out Salvation Army. .ca here in Canada, .com in the States, and try to help out the food bank, Salvation Army. It's Christmas time, holiday season, and I feel much better about the season when where everybody's kind to each other and helping out each other as well. And it would be nice to see the cold weather continue here in Southern Ontario and getting a little bit of snow, because to me, a white Christmas is better than a green Christmas as well. That's about it, guys. Again, thank you to Cameron Kay, stand-up comedian out of Michigan, for coming on. Um, please check out her social media sites. And Marlene Sharp, you can follow her on LinkedIn as well. I hope everybody has a great night. Looking forward to this weekend, having Christmas with my cousins in London. And of course, the National Football League, we've got games on Saturday and on Sunday. And the big game for me is the 1 o'clock game between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Commanders. The Eagles are 1 win away from clinching another NFC East title and the number 2 seed in the NFC playoffs. And hopefully Chicago can upset the Detroit Lions as well. That's about it, guys. I hope everybody has a great weekend. Enjoy the football. And hopefully you guys can come back on Monday night, December 23rd, 7 o'clock Eastern, with Gina Michelle as well. So this wraps up Season 2, Episode 11 of the Small Talk Podcast with Marlene Sharp and Chris Pomay. Thank you, everybody, on behalf of Marlene and myself, for watching and listening to the Small Talk Podcast. And we'll see everyone back here in January 2025 with a new guest as well. Take care, everybody, and have a great evening. And for some of you, again, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and Happy New Year going into 2025.